Introducing the world's largest LEGO Jurassic Park or Jurassic World set. This is Dinosaur Fossils Tyrannosaurus Rex. It has a gigantic piece count of 3,145. It's going to retail for $250 US or 330 Canadian dollars. So this one is the biggest Jurassic Park set by 25 pieces, as the T-Rex Rampage set had 3,120 pieces. I just finished building it, and the build was pretty special. There was a little bit of repetition involved, but it was intriguing enough and fun enough to put together that it really didn't bother me, and honestly, it sort of blew me away. Like, my expectations were here, and I guess the build pushed a little bit above that. So not much above, because I think this is pretty hype. This is the world's largest Tyrannosaurus Rex build and the world's largest Jurassic Park build. How cool is that? It's a giant T-Rex skeleton. Oh my gosh, something to be pretty excited about. Let's dive right into it. That giant piece count is divided among 25 different bags or building stages, and this model comes with 3 instruction manuals. So that makes it a great build to build with a partner. Within the first few pages of the first instruction manual, we've got some movie stills, and of course you can learn a little bit about the T-Rex. It also shows you how to pick up, carry, and transport this massive model, which is definitely important because you don't want to break this thing, but that's one of the things that shocked me about this build. I thought it was going to be a little bit fragile, a little bit hard to transport, but you can literally just like pick it up and move it around. It almost has like swooshability ability, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so that was pretty impressive. 105 centimeters long from the tip of the tail to the nose of the giant dinosaur. It's 41.5 inches. The height of it is 12.5 inches or 33 centimeters. So yeah, it is pretty big. Width of it, I mean, it's not very wide. I think placing this on a shelf will be rather difficult. You're going to need a shelf that's very long. So in addition to reviewing this set and having a look at it today, we're also going to be placing it within the studio because I got to try and figure out where I'm going to put this huge set. Another interesting thing about the size of this model is it's actually a 1/12 scale. So they've put it to scale to a real T-Rex, which I think is super special. So you actually start by building the base, and the base is super cool. I love all of the studs, not on top building techniques that were used to construct the base, and it provides a nice solid foundation for the skeleton structure. Also, there's some Easter eggs hidden within, such as the little gem pieces, which of course represent amber, because that's where the mosquitoes would sort of be like fossilized. And there's a little 1x1 brick with the mosquito print detail on it. So you've got some amber built into the base. And then there's all sorts of interesting shapes down there. We've got some vegetation mixed in, light gray, dark gray, also some olive green. And you've got essentially like 4 different podiums that this thing will stand on. 2 of them are connected on the left side there for the back foot, and also the rear support, which will go to the tail of the T-Rex. Then we've got another one which supports the right foot, and that one is connected to the midsection of the stand, which is nicely tiled off in all black. And then there is the one on the front, and that connects to the other support, which goes towards the neck of the fossil. Also, within the front stand, there's another hidden Easter egg, and it's actually a paleontologist dig site. And the way you access that is you just remove this panel, and that's going to reveal a 4x4 print piece, which is a T-Rex head. And all of those rock stands are all connected to the black central stand, so it's one solid unit. And as you can imagine, I love things that are solid units. I love cohesive models that just display beautifully. That is my favorite type of Lego set, so this one is definitely right up my alley. After you build the stand, you actually start constructing the midsection of the fossil, which of course includes the dinosaur's spine, the hips, which of course the legs will attach to, and then also the spine will accommodate the massive rib cage that this fossil has. Now, something that's super special about the build of the spine is there's a hidden Easter egg within, and it's actually a frog, and it's a green frog behind a steering wheel, and I just thought that was so funny as I was building this thing. And the frog makes sense because they use frog DNA to fill in the gaps of the dinosaur DNA. So that was smart thinking. So of course, coming off the midsection where we have like the dinosaur's torso is the rib cage, and the rib cage is built using these Technic elements. Originally, I thought they're going to be a nuisance. They were going to hinge in different directions, but they only turn side to side, so it's fairly easy to get all of your ribs aligned how you would like them to be. It can't be like tampered with as easily as I originally thought it would be. And like I mentioned, there is a little bit of repetition throughout the spine. Like for example, we have all of these slope pieces and the 1x1 plates and the 1x1 bricks with the cheese slopes, and those continue throughout the entire thing to the back of the tail. But as you're building this in the different sections, you're sort of intrigued by the build, and it doesn't really become like a repetitive build like the Eiffel Tower was. I think it was a lot better to put together than the Eiffel Tower. Originally, I wasn't thinking that way, but I really did enjoy the build. So after you're done building the midsection, you move on to the legs, which I really enjoyed the construction of as well. Pretty solid. They just connect to ball joints within the hips, and then they move down toward those rock solid pedestals on the bottom where you can see the toes of the T-Rex, and I think it turned out pretty well. I like the look of the legs on either side. After the legs are constructed, you start building the tail, which is built in different segments or sections, which I think breaks up the repetition because there is a little bit of variety between the different sections. And the tail is fully posable, so it can move like so. It's got a Technic pin running through it, and then there is some ball joints within the different sections or segments as well, and that's pretty cool. We got the curved slopes along the bottom, which are all connected with the ratchet connectors, and the ratchet connectors don't move very easily, so it's easy to lock those into position as well. So I'm really happy with the posability of the tail and just the overall construction of that. And once we're done the tail, you move on to the head, and the head is really cool. It's very similar to another fossil set, which is just like the T-Rex skeleton. In fact, there's not very many differences between the two. And the head has a movable jaw, so you can open the jaw and close the jaw. And that is done with the ball joint connectors. And then I think there's some new pieces here on the head, and these new like gear-ish elements I've never seen before. I did research the part number and I didn't see them anywhere online, so I believe this is a new element for this set. It's really cool because not only can you hinge it downward, that being the head of course, but you can also hinge it side to side. So it can rotate, and it can also move up and down. So I think that's a really cool piece that I've never seen before, and that is just an interesting thing because you can pose the head how you would like it, you know, from side to side. One thing I will say though is that the head doesn't move like this. It doesn't move back and forth. It has to have a little bit of rotation to it, as far as I'm aware. That's what I've discovered as I've played around with the model. I can't believe I've gone this far in the review and I haven't even mentioned the fact that we get the specifications plaque, which of course is mounted to that stand there, and that is a printed specs plaque on a reddish brown 8x16 tile with the gold print. Yes, that is incredible. Also, we get two minifigures. We get Alan Grant and also Ellie Sattler from Jurassic Park. Ellie Sattler has some nice print detailing on the front and back of her torso. She also has dual molded arms and two different faces. I really like the one with her sunglasses. That's like when she's looking at the Brachiosaurus for the first time. And Alan comes with some leg print detailing, which is nice. Also side of arm print detailing, which I really do appreciate. He also has his raptor claw, which is classic. And he also has his alternate face with his shades on as well, which sort of represents that Brachiosaurus scene. So I think it's two suitable minifigures, that's for sure. We can actually remove the little specs plaque as well, and that will attach to the little circular dig site that they're sitting on there. We can just remove that like so, and we can also remove Ellie Sattler and Dr. Grant from the specifications plaque just like that. And if we so choose, we can remove some tiles from the back of the specifications plaque. There's actually two additional 2x6 tiles there, and that's going to allow us to add a smooth finish to the base of the T-Rex fossil. So we can display these separately if we like off to the side, or you can clean up your model just like that if you don't want to display the specs plaque underneath the dinosaur along with the 2 minifigures. In my opinion, I think it's a must to display this in front, and I think you may as well attach it, but I guess we'll see what happens when we actually place this on the shelf. Maybe it'll be cool because we can have it pulled forward a little bit, so maybe it will look better like that there. But yeah, overall, I think this model is really cool. 330 Canadian dollars, 250 US dollars, 3,145 pieces, 2 exclusive minifigures, all print detailing. Definitely a lot of repetitive small parts within the model, like a lot of cheese slopes and all that. I like the fact that there's some hidden Easter eggs with the amber, the dinosaur dig site, and also the frog within the midsection of the dino. And it is a huge model. There's no question about it. It is bigger than the previous T-Rex sets that we got, and I can't wait to place it on the shelf. It's pretty exciting. Like, holy cow. This thing is gigantic, and it looks amazing. Let's do it. You saw my brief clip comparing the size of this new set with the other T-Rexes that I have. There's some other T-Rex sets downstairs, and hopefully I can place this one amongst them. I just need to find out if it's gonna fit on top of a Billy bookcase, because it definitely won't fit within, so hopefully we have the ceiling clearance. But why not compare it with the Titanic? The Titanic is longer than this set still. I believe this one's 135 centimeters, but yeah, it is longer than the T-Rex. If it doesn't fit downstairs with all of the other Jurassic World and Jurassic Park sets, well, then I'm gonna have to put it up here with some of these other huge sets, and I'll have to figure out what we're gonna put downstairs to make room for this. Okay, I found a home for it, but we may as well do a quick tour of the studio, like the quickest tour ever. I should probably put it up here, but I feel like if I put it up here, I've got to remove some other sets, because I would also want to make space for the T-Rex Rampage set, which also has the gate. So I'd have to move some stuff. I should probably put the Christmas tree away. A little bit late on that. The holiday season is long over, but hey, we like those little mini sets on the Christmas tree. I did discover that it will fit on top of a Billy bookcase, so that's good. There is enough space between the top of the case and the ceiling, so we could put it right here in the Star Wars room, because we've got some space right there. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna put it with some of the other Jurassic sets in the random shelving room with a lot of pop culture themes. It's gonna look awesome. It could go on the top of the Billy bookcase above the other Jurassic Park, Jurassic World sets. In order to do that, I would have to move the Minions and the Transformers and all that. And I feel like it would get sort of lost up there. So I did what every lazy person would do and put it right here. But I feel like this is the best choice, because typically I take brand new Lego sets that look awesome and put them right there just because they're so visible. And why not have it be the center of attention in this room? It's the newest, best set in this room, so why not put it there? And it's still paired up with the other dinosaur sets. So I feel like that's a good choice for it. Now, I could put this one here down below. It's the Great Deku Tree, and then I could give the T-Rex fossil the entire top of this Besta unit. But if I put it down below, I feel like it'll be sad. It's too epic of a set to just put down here, isn't it? What I could do is maybe put it on like one of the PAX wardrobe units over here that can accommodate the larger sets, because that one won't fit on a Billy bookcase. But for now, it's just gonna share that display with the T-Rex skeleton or fossil. What do you think, everybody? Pretty cool set, hey? I hope you enjoyed my review and placement of it. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff coming out in the near future. And have yourselves a fantastic day. Bye for now.